We're going from fall fashion to fall cooking, and lucky us, we're catching up with our East Coast friends at America's Test Kitchen, Cook's Country. They have a new Complete Autumn and Winter Cookbook out right now, and their chef Morgan Bolling had some fun in the kitchen with me making a tasty recipe.
We are making a pumpkin chocolate chip snack cake, and it's right out of the book, the Complete Autumn and Winter Cookbook. It's so warm and delicious and cozy, and it also comes together really fast. So if you have little kids at home, or if you just need something to throw together before a party, this is great for it.
Yum. So
yes.
I love the autumn and winter cook. This is perfect for going into it because you really feel like you want those recipes that are for the season. So let's get cooking on this one because I'm hungry. But tell us about some of the other recipes too.
Yeah. So just so you know, I'm adding some dry ingredients together. So I've got a cup of flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of baking soda, and then a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. So to your question, this book is so good for this time of year because it's broken down into there's braises and stews for when you want something cozy and comforting. There's also all the show-stopping holiday roast. So if you're starting to think about your Thanksgiving menu, I mean, at the Test Kitchen, if you're not familiar with America's Test Kitchen, we test recipes hundreds of times. So everything in here has been really well tested. I know the last thing anyone wants to do is around a holiday, make something and then have it not turn out. Yeah. So I can assure you they'll work out really well. There's a section on brunch. There's a section on holiday gifting. So we have this really great fudge recipe in here if you want to start thinking about holiday treats to give to people.
Yes.
There is a whole section on pumpkin, which I love because I love pumpkin spice and pumpkin everything. And speaking of pumpkin, I am adding together my wet ingredients. So I've got a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, a half cup of vegetable oil, and then a cup of pumpkin. So this isn't you can buy both pumpkin and pumpkin pie mix at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. This is just straight pumpkin. So it's nice because then you have control over what it is and what's in there.
And I like that it's only a cup. So you could actually freeze the rest if you wanted, right?
Yeah, it does freeze really well. Exactly. So I know I actually got one of those big cans of pumpkin, and I think I can make this 3 times out of it, which is great.
Love that. So I love that.
I know. And you can freeze it in 1 cup measures if you know you're going to make this, and then just make it all have it ready to go, already ready to measure out.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to mix these together. Yeah. And then, so this book also has a whole section on cocktails. They actually have one of my favorites. It's called the Fireside Cocktail, and it actually even has a whole pumpkin spice rim. So it's like a brandy drink with a pumpkin spice sugar rim.
Oh, you love that.
So I love that. I think it's so delicious. So there's all different menus too. So if you want to do there's a menu for if you want to go apple picking and then come back and have a different dinner menu ready for you. It's kind of a fun menu design for that. Yeah. So, okay. And then
go ahead. No, you go.
I was going to say, then I have a half cup of little mini chocolate chips that I'm adding in. I would add chocolate to just about any recipe I can. So these are delightful in here. You get lots of little specks of chocolate mixed in throughout. And then that's it. You just bake it after this.
I like this because this is great for kids to make with mom because it's not too hard. I do have a follow-up question. Because I just made something yesterday that called for mixing the wet and dry ingredients separate. Is that just so when you combine the two, it's easier?
Yeah, it's so, that's a really good question. So the reason is once you start adding water to flour, you start developing gluten, and that makes stuff tougher. The more you mix it, the more you develop gluten and the tougher the baked good gets. So if you get all your wet stuff really well incorporated before you start adding flour, you have a really nice tender baked good. Whereas if you try to keep stirring it, it can get tough.
Genius.
I know it's so funny. I never really thought about it for a while because I always read recipes that did this, and I never really understood why. But once you know, you know.
I love it. So once it comes out, once it comes out, is it like a bread-like consistency?
Yeah, exactly. So I have one from before that I made. So it's sort of like a little snack cake. So yeah, I'll just cut it up so you can see. It is like a bread-like consistency. It's a little cakey. And it's Yeah, it's in a 350-degree oven. I don't know if I said that or not, but
No, I keep distracting you. It's my fault.
no. Okay. Yeah, and you can cut it you could cut it smaller if you want to pack it for lunch or anything. But see, it's nice and like a little cakey. It's got a little bready. There are all the little chocolate chips mixed in throughout. And then the pumpkin pie spice like really makes it taste extra fall, cozy and pumpkin-y. So
I love it. How long do you bake it for?
35 minutes. And I always just like to check it with a paring knife and make sure it comes out clean. I think some ovens vary a little bit, so it depends a little bit on what your oven's like, but
my oven is finicky, I'll tell you that much.
I know. I feel like mine, we were developing recipes at home for a while, and my oven, I'm like, it goes all over the place. So,
but that's good. That's just proof that America's Test Kitchen is literally testing it in the kitchens across America. There you go. That snack bake cake looks so tasty, and we've got a link to the recipe on our website. So happy baking, my friends. And if you do bake it, share it with us on the InstaWebs. Just use the hashtag NewDayNW.